Good afternoon. Satsankalpa Foundation is excited to host its first all-day annual event today, June 10, 2023, Connecticut, USA. As your host, I am 𝓕𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸 pleased to extend a cordial welcome to each one of you that has gathered here for the post-lunch session. For celebrating this auspicious occasion. Bharatheeyatha is the most opportune name chosen for this event and is the basis of Sanatana Dharma, the ancient and relevant way of life of individuals and communities. It involves the correct attitude in all aspects of our lives that not only ensures a successful living, but also a purposeful one. As a tribute towards recognizing the lifetime achievement qualities displayed by highly inspirational, eminent role model, Bharatheeyatha value-oriented citizens, the 𝓕𝓵𝓿𝓲𝓬 𝓟𝓚 has been instituted by Satsankalpa Foundation. Towards this, three such illustrious personalities who are relentlessly pursuing the path of Sanatana Dharma and leading an exemplary lifestyle have been meticulously chosen by the Satsankalpa Foundation as awardees. We take immense pleasure and privilege towards conferring the 𝓕𝓾𝓸 Award, the 𝓕𝓵𝓿𝓲𝓬 𝓟𝓚 on this sanctum occasion. Our three elite personalities who are going to be bestowed with this honor today with citation and other material are Padma Vibhushan Sri 𝓜𝓾𝓸𝓷 garu, Sri 𝓕𝓼𝓻𝓿 garu, and Dr. Chandra. Ladies and gentlemen, we now will proceed with honoring the dignitaries who have assembled today to receive the 𝓕𝓵𝓿𝓲𝓬 𝓟𝓚. I first begin to call upon Pujya Guruji, Sridhar Tadapaka garu and Padma Sridhar garu, Srimati Padma Sridhar garu, Guru Amma, to please come on to the dais to help conduct the proceedings. The inaugural session of 𝓕𝓵𝓿𝓲𝓬 𝓟𝓚 𝓚 bestowing and awarding for luminary awardees is just getting underway.
Come here.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I now welcome respected Sri 𝓚𝓐𝓿𝓲𝓬 garu along with Srimati 𝓚𝓚𝓐𝓿𝓲𝓬 to come over to the dais, please. Request volunteers to. Our own Connecticut President. We are extremely honored to have him agree to accept the award and be with us this afternoon in person. I really appreciate, sir. Take your time and please come on to the dais. May I also welcome Honorable Dr. 𝓕𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸 𝓟𝓻𝓸 and family to come on to the dais. He is also being honored with the 𝓕𝓵𝓚𝓸 𝓟𝓻𝓸 𝓷 today. Thank you so much for being in person with us this afternoon to make this occasion memorable. And ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome our dignitary and chief guest of the day, Sri 𝗵𝗿𝓁, IFS cadre, Government of India, Council, Public Diplomacy and Culture, Indian Consulate, New York, our honorable chief guest of the day. Thank you, 𝗵𝗿𝓁. It's an honor to have you. On this auspicious Bharatheeyatha occasion. Let's give a big round of applause to the guest gathering on the stage today. Invoking and beseeching the grace of Guru 𝓕𝓵𝓚𝓸 𝓟𝓻𝓸, we begin to celebrate this momentous occasion, honoring our first awardee of 𝓕𝓵𝓚𝓸 𝓚𝓚 𝓚 and to bestow it upon Padma Vibhushan Sri Radhakrishna Garu, a veteran centurion, a living legend, exhibiting Bharatheeyatha to the core, as well as being the senior most member celebrating the inaugural anniversary of Satsankalpa Foundation. I begin to call upon Smt Madhuri Das Garu to read out the citation. Centurion Radhakrishna Garu is unable to be in person with us today, but he has shared his acceptance, happiness and blessings through an AV bite that we shall play immediately after reading the citation. Sri Madhuri Das Garu.
Thank you, Murli Garu. Sri 𝓕𝓼𝓲 𝓚. Sabhaku Namaskaram. And we only welcome Mr. 𝗵𝗿𝓁 and Mr. Vasishtha to the event. Thank you for coming all the way from New York. And I am honored to read the citation of C.R. Rao Garu. And to the family of the scientific fraternity, I stand here and it's an honor for me to let the audience know who C.R. Rao Garu is and his work and why 𝓚𝓚 𝓚𝓚 Award is given as Satsankalpa Foundation to him, why we have chosen him. Palaniappan 𝓚𝓼𝓲𝓬 is an Indian-born mathematician and statistician. He was born on September 10, 1920 to Sri Sridhara Naidu and Smt 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸 𝓟𝓚. He completed his Masters in Mathematics and Statistics from Andhra University, India in 1940 and obtained his PhD from Cambridge University, United Kingdom in 1948. He has been married to Smt Bhargavi and has two children, a daughter, 𝓕𝓼𝓲, and son, 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲. His entire career was dedicated to Indian Statistical Institute, and he retired as its director and head of research and training school. He has received Padma Bhushan and later Padma Vibhushan, the highest civilian awards from Government of India for his contributions to the field of statistics. After his retirement in India, he was appointed as a professor at the University of Pittsburgh. He has been honored by numerous collegia, honorary degrees, and first grade and was awarded the US National Medal of Science in 2002. He is currently Professor Emeritus at Pennsylvania State University and Research Professor at the University of Buffalo. Penn State gives a biennial award, the C.R. and Bhargavi Rao Prize for Outstanding Research in Statistics. The American Statistical Association has described him as a living legend whose work has influenced not just statistics but has had far-reaching implications for fields as varied as economics, genetics, anthropology, geology, national planning, demography, biometry, and medicine. Recently, he has been awarded the International Prize in Statistics, which is equivalent to the Nobel Prize. With an illustrious career, he has a great interest in Indian classical dance and music. While serving as the president of Andhra Association Kolkata, he has invited eminent artists and has organized several cultural programs, thus promoting the Indian classical art forms. He started a Kuchipudi Dance Academy in Delhi and was its president until he left for the USA. He encouraged his daughter to learn Kuchipudi and Bharatheeyatha. When she performed in public, he often supervised the performances, the music, the introductions, and the lighting. No matter how busy he was, he would always take the time to ensure that the performance was well planned. He made her do demonstrations of Abhinaya and render English translations of her dance music. This is very common now during Indian dance performances, but it was unheard of in the early 60s. So in this matter too, he was well ahead of the time. He had an artistic vision and dancers today follow techniques that were made for his daughter more than half a century earlier. At USA, he founded Natya School of Indian Classical Dance at Buffalo, New York, and the school has trained several students in both Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam. He is the patron of arts. In recognition of the contributions made, Satsankalpa Foundation confers Sivananda Smriti Puraskar to Sri 𝓕𝓼𝓲𝓬 𝓚. We believe his efforts to inspire generations will go a long way in helping Indians in America to stay connected with our culture and roots while contributing to the progress of both the countries. Thank you.
𝓕𝓵𝓲𝓬 is recognized internationally as a pioneer who laid the foundation of modern statistics. His research, scholarship, and professional services over the last 8 decades have had a profound influence on theory and applications of statistics, enriching the physical, biological, mathematical, and engineering sciences, economics, and econometrics. C.R. Rao was born on September 10, 1920, in Hadagally, a small town in Madras Presidency in India under the British rule. He is the 8th of 10 children born to Lakshmikanthamma and C.D. Naidu, a detective inspector of police. Rao was drawn to mathematics from a very early age, when he would solve problems without a pen and paper. His father encouraged and supported this aptitude, sowing the seeds of Rao's future career. Rao's interest deepened when at the age of 17 he joined the master's degree program at Andhra University in Visakhapatnam. There, his professor, V. Ramaswamy, a Cambridge-trained mathematician, became an inspiration, inculcating in Rao a spirit of inquiry, which enabled him to pursue research for the next 80 years. After completing his master's degree at Andhra University at the age of 19, Rao wanted to pursue a research career in mathematics. A series of events led him to enroll in a 1-year training program at the Indian Statistical Institute, the ISI, in Calcutta, which became his home for the next 40 years. The ISI, 𝐼SI was an intellectually vibrant institution. Mahalanobis had attracted some of the best scientists of the time. Many international scientists frequently visited, including some of the most celebrated statisticians of the 20th century. Ronald A. Fisher from the UK and 𝗕𝗏𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸 from the United States. Rao first met Fisher in Calcutta. Later, in Cambridge, Fisher became his mentor and thesis advisor. In 1943, Rao was teaching a class about the error in an estimate of an unknown quantity from observed data. Fisher had shown there's a lower limit to this error if the sample size is very large. A student, M. Dandekar, who later became a distinguished economist, asked if there was a similar limit when the sample is small, as it would very likely be in practice. Rao said he would try to find out. That night, he worked out the result and answered the student the next morning. The work he did that night became 3 of his most recognized theorems: Cramér-Rao bound or inequality, Rao-Blackwell theorem, or its application known as Rao-Blackwellization, and Fisher-Rao metric, or Rao distance based on differential geometry.
My father often says that the period between January 1944 to July 1946, before going to Cambridge, where he got his PhD, were perhaps the most eventful period of his research life.
In 1946, the Museum of Archaeology and Ethnology at Cambridge University requested help from 𝐼SI. They wanted to identify the origin of the people of 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁 in North Africa based on measurements taken on skeletons excavated in that region. Rao was sent to Cambridge for this assignment.
We are invited to come to Cambridge to find out, using the bones, where the people have come from. And in order to solve that problem, we had to develop the methodology. So, for instance, my thesis was on the methodology, how the measurements and bones can be used to find out where the people have come from.
The work at the museum resulted in the book Ancient Inhabitants of 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁, with Rao and 2 anthropologists as joint authors. Rao also received his PhD under Fisher based on this work.
I knew 𝗲𝑺 Fisher because he had come to India before I went there. So, but I had was able to contact him from time to time. And when I wrote my thesis, and I chose him as the advisor. So my thesis was approved by him.
Yes.
And then the Cambridge University gave me the degree. So I have the degree as PhD from Cambridge. I did a lot of work because 𝗲𝑺 Fisher had his own laboratory where he grew mice to find out how the genes are distributed and passed on to the children. So I actually worked with 𝗲𝑺 Fisher on actually mating mice of different genetic composition, and then described how they're inherited to the children.
Rao returned from Cambridge to 𝐼SI as he wanted to continue his focus on research and to develop the field of statistics in India. Rao became a full professor and head of the research and training section at the 𝐼SI. Rao found himself shouldering a great deal of responsibility at the young age of 28, but also realized that he'd been provided with a great opportunity to make a real difference. Rao developed a 4-year bachelor's program, the curriculum for a 2-year master's degree, and an advanced postgraduate 3-year training program. He began a PhD program in probability and statistical methods, the first such attempt made in India. Being the only professor, Rao was the mentor for 5 to 6 research scholars at a time. To date, Rao has supervised over 50 doctoral students. Another significant event in his life at this point was his marriage to 𝓵𝗵𝗍 in 1948. 𝓵𝗵𝗍, unlike many women at that period in India, was highly educated, with a master's degree in history and a bachelor's degree in teaching. She was his friend, confidant, and constant companion for 69 years. She was his most ardent supporter and, of course, the love of his life.
I have seen her when she was 10 years old. So somehow I took a fancy for her.
What did you like about her?
I think she was good looking.
Rao's contributions to research during this period were recognized by numerous awards. He was awarded the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Cash Award. It was during the Sino-Indian War, so Rao immediately donated the Cash Award to the National Defence Fund. He then received the higher doctorate degree, SCD from Cambridge, based on his overall contributions to statistical theory and applications. Rao was also made a Fellow of the Royal Society in 1967, becoming the first Indian in his generation to receive the honour.
I'm still a Fellow of King's College, and I am living for a long time. So the other members were jealous that how why this fellow is living for so long time.
In 1968, the Government of India awarded him the Padma Bhushan, a high civilian honour for his services to his country in the field of statistical education and research. Rao remained at IIS. Rao accepted, and in 1979, at the age of 59, he and 𝓵𝗵𝗍 moved to the US. Rao worked with Professor Krishnaiah for the next 9 years to establish the University of Pittsburgh's Center for Multivariate Analysis. In 1988, Penn State offered him a professorship and the prestigious Eberly Chair in Statistics. Rao made the move to Penn State, as did the Center for Multivariate Analysis. Rao retired from active teaching in 2001 at the age of 81. In 2010, at the age of 90, Rao moved to Buffalo, New York, accepting a research professorship at the University at Buffalo. He had published over 200 research papers during his 40 years in India and around 275 research papers during his 30 years in the United States. Rao has authored or co-authored 16 books, some of which have been translated into several languages.
About 1965, the second edition of his linear statistical methods came out, and that was exciting to me. The first one was almost worn out from usage, and it's a book that still takes an honored place in my bookshelf.
It's, the LSI book is not the first book you should read in this area. You read something else, and then to learn the finer points, the more subtle issues, that's where you go for to get that kind of insight into those things.
Yeah, it's a very elegant book.
Yeah, it's a really elegant book in in ways that still surprise you, even 70 years after it was written.
While Rao was recognized for his research work, his students have fond memories of him as a teacher.
Because the only reasonable book we had in statistics to learn anything from was Dr. Rao's book, I think it's Advanced Methods in Biometric Research. But it's really an excellent textbook in statistics. So we learned from that book. And it was always sort of a figure far in the distance because we had no contact. And then when he came to Calcutta, I came as a research scholar. And so we met him. And he was very encouraging, Although I was not really working in statistics, moved on to probability pretty quickly, but still he kept in touch with us. I would tell him what I was doing on, and he was always very encouraging. He was a very good lecturer. I attended some of his lectures, and he has a great sense of humor when he lectures.
Rao had always felt that there was a need for an institute in India that focuses on high-level research in the areas of statistics, mathematics, and computer science. In 2000, Rao established a research institute in Hyderabad, the C.R. Rao Advanced Institute of Mathematics, Statistics, and Computer Science at the University of Hyderabad. The initial funds were from the government of Andhra Pradesh and a personal donation of $100,000 by his wife, Bhargavi. A few years later, the Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, sanctioned 80 million rupees to expand the institute. C.R. Rao has been honoured with numerous degrees and awards over his long career. He has received 39 honorary doctorate degrees from universities in 19 countries spanning 6 continents. Some of his notable awards are the Samuel S. Wilkes Medal by the American Statistical Association, Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award by the Government of India, the National Medal of Science, the highest award in the US for a scientist, the International Mahalanobis Prize from the International Statistical Institute, the Indian Science Award by the Government of India for outstanding contributions to science, and finally, the Guy Medal in Gold from the Royal Statistical Society in the UK.
Beautiful mind, genius, mathematician, statistician. Our cultural committee member, Madhuri Dad, had come personally to take the interview, and he was full of enthusiasm as his eyes sparkled to agree and bless us and receive the felicitations of Smt Sri Vidya Vodnala.
Namaste, I'm Teja, C.R. Rao's daughter. It's my pleasure to be speaking on my father's behalf. My father received the Shivanand Eminent Citizen Award in 2012 at a very memorable occasion in India. It's a privilege to be once again recognized by an organization which was inspired by Sadhguru Sri 𝓲𝓵𝓗𝓸 𝓟𝓚, the Satsankalpa Foundation. My father's focus throughout his life has been academics, but he has always had a very deep interest in Indian culture and tradition, especially classical music and dance. It's therefore an honor to receive the Shivananda Smriti Puraskar Award from the Satsankalpa Foundation that promotes Indian culture. On behalf of my father, our family, and myself, thank you very much for this special award. Namaste.
So this is the inaugural celebrations, and I really deem it a privilege for Satsankalpa Foundation to constitute the Sivananda Smriti Puraskar. As you observed, we just gave the award virtually to the centurion, Sri 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲𝓬 Garu, but we will now commence with the proceedings for awarding and felicitating Sri Kumar Rajam Garu. Some Mangalavadhyam, please, to be bestowed with the honor of Sivananda Smriti Puraskar. And for that, I would now invite Sandhya Santanam, Srimati Sandhya Santanam, to read out the citation.
Shri 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲𝓬. Namaskaram, everyone. I'm extremely humbled to read the citation. Shri Rajam Kumar, lovingly known as Raja Mama, was born on September 15, 1947 in Mayuram, Tamil Nadu, India. His parents are Vidwan Mayuram S. Rajam and Srimati Rukmini Rajam. He hails from the esteemed music lineage of Mayuram Veena Vaidyanathan Iyer family. He holds a bachelor's degree in mathematics and is married to Srimati Malathi. They have been blessed with 2 sons. His father was bestowed with a rare opportunity of seeing Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. He was so blessed that he was presented with a chance to tune and sing the 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁𝓐 song written by Bhagavan in his divine presence. His family's musical talents were highly esteemed by the Travancore Maharaja of Jalandhar. His father passionately propagated the timeless messages of Nandanar, who is one of the celebrated Nayanars, through his concerts. 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝓁 Bharathi, a renowned Tamil poet and the author of 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲𝓬, held a deep reverence for Rajam Kumar's family. In 1990, Rajam Kumar with family relocated to Connecticut, USA. He continued the family tradition by organizing a group of musicians to perform Nandanar Charitram in the US. His father-in-law, Sri 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲𝓬 Raghavan, was one of the founding members of the famous Cleveland 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲𝓬 Aaradhana, which continues to promote and support Indian culture through music and dance till today. While Sri Raghavan was a professor at Wesleyan University, Mama actively assisted and supported students by providing food, accommodation, and guidance. He dedicated numerous hours of his personal time to organizing concerts, bhajans, and Nama Sankirtanam sessions at his own residence, allowing everyone to experience divine music. Mama has an innate capability to render soulful Thevaram rhythms Those are hymns written by 9 hours in praise of Lord Shiva. And 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲𝓬, those are like devotional songs written by a famous Tamil poet known as Vallala, that could kindle fervent devotion in the hearts of the devotees. To inspire budding artists and provide them a platform to showcase their talent, Rajamama coordinated and organized music concerts under the banner 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝓁𝓗𝓸 𝓟𝓻𝓸𝓷 Memorial Concerts in auditoriums with the support of his family and few friends. At the end of every event, whether held at home or at the auditorium, he ensured that everyone was generously fed with delicious food. He actually played a pivotal role in the restoration of the Shivalingam at the 𝐶VHTS temple in Connecticut. He also organized 𝓕𝓼𝓲𝓬 and the chanting of the Shiva Panchakshari mantra 1,000,000 times on Mahashivaratri. Every year during Navaratri, Mama and Mami's home would be filled with festivity, accompanied by serving meals to hundreds of visitors. Furthermore, he has been an active volunteer at various temple events and has supported multiple charitable organizations through food and monetary donations. During the pandemic, he made a significant impact by providing financial support to Nadaswara and Tamil artists in India. He is very well known in the New England area, and for many people who have met him, he is like a parent. His and Mommy's home is always open to anyone, as is their hearts. Anyone could drop in or reach them anytime for any quick help or quick SKC, sweet Karam coffee. Despite health issues, advancing age, and personal losses, he and his family have continued their service to the community, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to the principles and virtues of Sanatana Dharma. Their dedication to putting the community first, even in challenging times, is a testament to their deep commitment to Sanatana Dharma principles and virtues. Their selfless service continues even today.
Thank you, Sandhya. I now would like to go ahead and have our team of Satsankalpa Foundation members to go to the dais and give the citation as well as do the honors. To do the honors, we are requesting the Chief Guest 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝘁 as well as our Puja Guruji, 𝓱𝓲𝓸𝓚 𝓟𝓻𝓸𝓷. 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁 Smriti Puraskar, veteran Kumar Rajan very own Connecticut. With the shawl, the bouquet, and the citation patra with the provided title 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁 Smriti Puraskar along with Bharatheeyatha. Thank you, thank you. May I now request 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁 Smriti Puraskar awardee Sri Jalandhar to kindly address the gathering. So you can sit there, we will give you a mic. Yeah. He wants to come and address the gathering.
Namaskaram to everyone. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shivaya. Om Hrim Namah Shivaya. Om Hrim Namah Shivaya. வேண்டுதல் கேட்டல் புரிதல் வேண்டும். அப்பா நான் வேண்டுதல் கேட்டல் புரிதல் வேண்டும். நான் ஆருயிர்க்கெல்லாம் அன்பு செய்தல் வேண்டும். எப்பாலும் எப்பதமும் எங்கனும் நான் சென்றே. எப்பாலும் எப்பதமும் எங்கனும் நான் சென்றே. நினதருப்புகழை இயம்பிடல் வேண்டும். நினதருள் புகழை இயம்பிட வேண்டும். செப்பாத சுத்த மேல் நிலை மேல் சுத்த சிவமார்க்கம். செப்பாத மேல் நிலை மேல் சுத்த சிவமார்க்கம் திகழ்ந்தோங்க நின்னருஜோதி செலுத்திடல் வேண்டும். தப்பேது நான் செய்யும் நீ பொறுத்தல் வேண்டும். தப்பேது நான் செய்யும் நீ பொறுத்தல் வேண்டும். தலைவா நினைப்பிரியாத நிலையும் வேண்டுவனே. தலைவானினை பிரியாத நிலைமையும் வேண்டுவனே. This is a poem written by Sri Vidya Vodnala. There is a reason why I chose this song. He is the one who was preaching all the time Suddha Sanmarga. And this event is by Satsankalpa more into their mission to propagate the Satsankalpa Sanmarga. And what Vodnala was doing is the Sanmarga in his entire life. So I thought this is more appropriate to choose this song to sing in praise of Lord Shiva, to pay my respects to that great spiritual leader. Before I commence to talk a little more, I pay my reverent respects to all my co-awardees, Sri Radhakrishna Rao, for his scholarly achievements. And so also my good friend over 20 years, Dr. Sri 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸. He is the one who has been giving life, saving lives. What else anyone can do in their life? The doctor, as an oncology surgeon, saving many, many lives. It's a great service to the humankind and to the divinity for existence. In the citation, they have been reading about my family tradition. I strongly believe the heritage of a family is more relevant to build one's character and their lifestyle. And so in my life, I strongly believe I grew in their tradition. I have heard and I have seen myself by my eyes, my father, 𝓕𝓼𝓲𝓬, and every day used to at least 3 times go around his mother, my grandmother, and prostrate before her before eating his food. Every day, 3 times. Do you think such a tradition, such a heritage will go away from me? How they have been praying God all the time. His Guru Bhakti is something phenomenal. So to say, his devotion to the Gurus, Sri Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi is so such. Ramana Maharishi's song, Sandhya was mentioning about 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝘁𝗵𝗲𝗆. I wish that I could sing it, I am not able to today. I'm really on emotions. I will not be able to justify doing it. I just only give a hint. The song goes like that because that particular song, my father, 𝓕𝓼𝓲𝓬, tuned it and then sang it before Bhagavan. Bhagavan said, Rajan, you have done it excellently well. Please make it a song point to sing this song in every concert of yours. He has been blessed. And since then, my father used to sing this song in every concerts. And one such occasion so happened. Bombay in India, Mumbai 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲 𝓷𝓐𝓵 used to have the concert of the same artist for 2 days consecutively because of the large audience of their members. The first day, it seems like, he sang this 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁𝗵𝗿. The concert was so excellent, the president of the Sabha came and prostrated and said, it was such a nice concert. But Rajan, only one thing is, why did you sing that small childra part? That's what it's called. 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁𝗵𝗿 towards the end. My father said, sir, it is not a childra part. It is a great song, lyrics done by Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi. It has got philosophical meaning to life. And he is now making it, all the philosophy of the life being embedded into this, making this 𝗕𝗵𝗿. Such a way is what is made. And when it was explained to him, he prostrated on the stage and said, Rajan sir, please sing this song tomorrow again, but do me a favor, please explain it before you sing. And then from that day onwards, my father, he was not proficient in English, but still with his broken English, he used to explain. It was more in Tamil in those days, in our language. Explain the song before he sings. Every concert he used to have a chit, 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁𝗵𝗿𝗁, please sing. The song goes like this. அப்படாமிட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் ஆசையை தீரு அப்படாமிட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் ஆசையை தீரு அப்படாமிட்டு பாரு. The meaning of the song is do the apram. Apram is a parayam that we do. And then do it yourself and then eat and taste. Enjoy. This is how the song is made. And it is so philosophical it goes. At some point he says, Sandamam Kulaviyam Sandamam Kulaviyam 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝘁𝗵𝗶 Sandamam Kulaviyam. You have to roll like you do chapati. The apram has to be rolled. He said that particular rolling equipment is the shantam. And then you do it along and then probably put it in a plate to make it even. Saman. So at every point, you mix it with the 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲𝓬, the herb, which is being mixed to the 𝓕𝓾𝓼 powder. He says the 𝓕𝓾𝓼, the whole 𝓕𝓾𝓼, is the one with the 𝓕𝓾𝓼, with the black, wrap over. This says it is the 𝓕𝓾𝓼, and then you put it into the grinder, the hand grinder in those days. It's called 𝓕𝓼𝓲𝓬. There was no mixing. In those days, people used to put it there and then grind it. And then this black skin will get away. That is the thorn, eye, that is being taken off. And then is ground to powder. Okay, so you are realizing yourself, what you are when you are being powdered. That's how the song goes. And Bhagavan liked it because the lyrics were made by him when it was sung in 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲 form, and then he blessed. You have to sing it. See, this is how our association with the song goes. So when they were taking, even I saw how Ramana Maharshi is involved in their prayers also. So I thought it's very relevant to bring this up here at this stage. And see, at every instant of life, I could gather remembrance of my parents. And then when we have seen the heritages that bring us up to life, how can I go away from that? I have learned. I cannot forget that. I'm also brought up like that. That's all is another dharma being kept that we should have. I have to narrate one small instance. When she read about the Shiva Panchakshari Javam at the temple, we chanted million times. Before the Shivaratri we started, and then every day, evening, 3 weeks we have been granting that. About 30-40 people used to assemble and then do it. And one fine day, when everything was done in the night, it was 8 o'clock, temple was so closed. An old lady was going around along with me, the Navagara Pradakshina. She asked me a puzzling question. Sir, I've been seeing you doing this every day. After returning from work, promptly, I come here about 6 o'clock, then assemble, do this chanting for 2 hours, then do it. Are you not tired? And then what is the benefit that you get out of it? I was really taken aback to have a question like this. I told the lady, old lady, I had not seen her before. Number one, because so many people have been chanting this, the aura of this mantra is going to be stored in the ether. And then whenever the family comes here for prayer, the aura of that particular mantra is going to recommend to the Lord to make that family being bestowed with all prayers. That's simple. And because I've been made an instrument to make these people chant, I get a plus in my career, life. And because I've been chanting this 2 hours, 3 hours, only the mantra, all my negativities are getting diminished. So my positivity increases and my negativity getting diminished. The same way for all those people who have participated there, that their positivity increases because all those 3 hours they might have spent at home listening to TV, some other program. They have not. You have all been totally only into chanting of this mantra, involved here, no other thinking. So your positivity has increased. And because of that, the negativity is reduced. So because of all these things, the community has made such a good move of a great chanting of a mantra, the entire, whatever the surroundings, get blessed. So that is the benefit I get out of this chanting. That's what I told them. This is how the whole Satsankalpa take place. So I was really, really honored, and when such Sankalpa Foundation is doing a great, assembling like this, I was greatly moved at what kind of an effort they might have put in to bring all these about 15 kids over here, doing the dance. Not in one place, from California, from Connecticut, and some of India. What kind of coordination? How is it possible without a such Sankalpa? So this is how that happens. So that is why I have a great regard for this institution, and definitely it is going to grow more and more. And when I mention about my family tradition, they have been talking about my father and his music involvement, and he has been a musician. Myself, having not learned, but following his preference, at least I am able to sing before the Lord as I was doing it before. Always go to the temple and sing before him to please the Lord. Now I want you to hear a slokam done by father. Probably you can enjoy. Many of you would not have listened to his voice. I request you to play. And more relevantly here, there was a saying about Vande Mataram in the dance drama. I thought it's more relevant to play something which has got the Vande Mataram version here, though the attribute is the goddess. Please, you can play it now. Madam, the song you have chosen is wrong. You should go to the slokam, please. a small version of the song. It goes further. And I am really happy to have received this honor. And it's all because of you. The love shown to me by all my friends so far in the long years of my living here in the United States. Thank you very much. And to my beloved people who all come from India for many years who have been with us and services, whatever we have been doing there. And I'm thankful to every one of you who have assembled here. Probably we have been going on the telecast who have been listening here. And then once again I thank, and then my pranams to 𝓕𝓵𝓗𝓸𝓷, and then I take the leave of you with great pleasure. Thank you.
That was very inspirational, and thank you for your kind words of wisdom, 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲𝓬. We will now move on with the Sivananda Smriti Puraskar Award honoring Dr. 𝓟𝓻𝓸𝓚. I'll just read out the citation. 𝓿𝓼𝓲𝓬, please. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to Dr. 𝓟𝓻𝓸𝓚. Let me read out the citation. 𝓚𝓚𝓵𝐻𝐶𝑛𝐸𝑟 Dr. 𝓚𝓚𝓵𝐻𝐶𝐵𝐸𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 with more than 5 decades of working experience. He was born on June 3rd, 1941 to Sri V.N. Narasimhan and Srimati 𝓤𝓫𝓚𝓚 He completed his schooling at Mumbai before moving to medical college at Calicut, Kerala. He did his surgical residency for 2 years at the Bombay University. He had an older brother, Sri V.N. 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸 who was an Air Vice Marshal in the Indian Air Force. He is married to Srimati Uma and has 2 children, a daughter Priya and son Vivek. He moved to the US in 1967 and completed 5 years of residency in general surgery at New York University. In 1975, he moved to Hartford, Connecticut to serve as an assistant director of surgery in Mount Sinai Hospital. His surgical oncology fellowship in Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York is a feather in his cap. He is known as a leader in surgical management of breast cancer and has expertise in complex surgical procedures for pancreatic and other cancers is widely recognized. He is a fellow of the American College of Surgeons and the Royal College of Surgeons of Canada. He has contributed significantly to the advancement of surgical oncology with his engagement in academic and professional activities. He has numerous peer-reviewed publications. He served as a visiting professor at various institutions in Malaysia and in India. His meticulous approach to research has been instrumental in translating bench research into innovative and life-saving surgical procedures. He mentored many aspirant medical students, physician assistants, and surgical residents during his distinguished career. He held the post of the President of Hartford County Medical Association, Emeritus Surgeon at St. Francis Hospital and Medical Center. He also has been a clinical assistant professor at the University of Connecticut since 1977. He founded a wound care clinic in Connecticut. Besides his immaculate record in medical sciences, he is a great enthusiast of the Indian culture and studied Advaita philosophy. He inculcated the values and morals taught by his mother since his childhood. He was blessed by Swami Sivananda, the founder of Divine Life Society and Yoga Vedanta Forest Society. He met Swami Dayananda Saraswati at 𝓕𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸 Vidya Vodnala in Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania. He had a 10-year-long association with Priya Swami, Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati Ji, from whom he learned and researched the essence of Bhagavad Gita. He is an ardent devotee of Lord Murugan and 𝓕𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸. He has been involved with Sri Satyanarayana Swami Temple, Connecticut, and its activities for 30 long years, while positively influencing many Indian Americans. His association with Chinmaya Mission, Orlando, Florida, has brought him many followers. They were influenced by his teachings and learned from him. He is a staunch follower of Sanatana Dharma. He is a true asset to his parents' community and is an ambassador of Indian culture. In recognition to the contributions made, Satsankalpa Foundation confers Sivananda Smriti Puraskar, Mangalavadya please, in Dr. 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲 We believe his efforts to inspire generations will go a long way in helping Indians in America to stay connected with our culture and roots while contributing to the progress of both the countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Satsankalpa Smriti Puraskar awardee Dr. 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲. I now request Pujya Guruji Smt Sri Vidya Vodnala and Honorable Chief Guest 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝘁 to do the honors on Dr. 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲. Round of applause. We are watching here live, but this also is being web streamed simultaneously, so a lot of people across the globe watching. May I now request Dr. 𝓕𝓾𝓼𝓲 to address the gathering.
Give me, yeah. Now I was wondering what should I give a talk on. Now, and I decided, connected with the temple and everything, I thought I would give a lot of young people when compared to me. And I have some messages which I learned. I kept a diary for the last 30 years. Whenever something new comes up and I'm impressed, I wrote it down. So these are some of the notes that I had, but this is for everybody's sake. Okay, let's take this one. Who is a Hindu? When you hear the word Hindu, you feel, this is by Swami Vivekananda's interpretation of who a Hindu is. And we should all feel about this. When you hear the word Hindu, you feel an elation like an electric current passing through your mind. Then only you can call yourself a Hindu. The ideal Hindu is one who sees another Hindu in misery, feels miserable as if his own family is in misery. Number 3, ideal Hindu goes all the way in a spiritual way. All the actions he does is in a spiritual way. A Hindu worships God because of his love for God and because of his devotion to God and not for material gain. A Hindu mind will always try to find something calm and good in everything. And this is especially to a Hindu mind. A Hindu mind will try to discover an unknown object from a known object by logic and reason. He cannot accept a tradition and argument. He will try to find out and discover for himself. Any simple act, even drinking a glass of water, a Hindu will say, let it be for God. And first offer it to God and then only take a sip. What did a Hindu do for future generations? People ask me, what is it? But who built all those temples? And the legacy, the great temples of India. Everywhere we saw that today. And that is our tradition. Nobody has built this. The architecture of South India, I've been to Egypt, I've been to all kinds of places. But nothing equals our temples in the South. And one thing a Hindu cannot understand is begging God, give me this, give me that. God, give me what I deserve. A true Hindu will offer everything to God and do not ask for anything. Anyway, funny thing you will know, a Hindu keeps the diamonds in a toned form, whereas a foreigner will keep a ball of clay in a jewelry box. And so with that, who is a Hindu? Now, I just would like to touch something on my guru, Swami Dayananda, in Sri Vidya Vodnala, and his guru was Chinmayananda. And Chinmayananda has written many, many things. If you haven't been to Chinmaya Ashram, etc., you should try to visit. What is Atma? When people ask me, I give some talks on spirituality and spiritual conclave. First of all, we have the senses. I give the example of there are 5 horses, or the 5 senses. They all go different directions. And you hold on to the rein. And that is the mind. So the senses pull you in all directions, and the reins is the mind. And the Sarathi who is sitting there is the intellect, that's one step above the mind. And above the intellect is Atma. That's the boss who is sitting in the back, who doesn't say a word, but everything happens because of this person. So the Atma, which is the light of life, which is inside us, and God is the power, which gives the shape, forms, and materials to life. When darkness comes, we search for a light and its brightness. So when we need clarity, we search for the light of life in us. God is the big light that shines the small light. We have all heard of this 𝓕𝓼𝓲𝓬. That is infinity, and this is infinity. 𝓕𝓼𝓭𝓮𝓸 𝓟𝓻𝓸𝓷. This infinity came from that infinity. When this infinity is removed from that infinity, whatever remains is infinity. And that, what a beautiful, beautiful example. And our Atma is part and parcel of that big light. And there are so many examples of it, but I just would like to go with some other things. One small thing, and I will. The song of life. Think it over. Nowadays you see higher buildings and wider highways, but shorter temperaments and narrow points of view. Tall buildings, but narrow points of view. We spend more, but enjoy less. We have bigger houses, but smaller families. We have more amenities, but less time. We have more knowledge, but less judgment. We have more medicines, but less health. We have multiplied our possessions, but we reduced our values. We talk too much, we love only a little, and we hate too much. We have reached the moon and came back, but we still find it troublesome to cross our own street or our neighbors. We have conquered the outer space, but not the inner space. We have higher income, but less enjoyment. There are times of more liberty, but less freedom. These days, there are 2 salaries, but more divorces. These are the times of finer houses, but broken homes. That is why I propose that from today, you don't keep anything for a special occasion, because every day you live is a special occasion. Search for knowledge, read more, sit on your front porch, admire the view without paying attention to the things. Watch the world, or go to the park. I look at it and spend hours hearing the birds and then the flowers. What a beautiful God's creation. And spend more time and eat your favorite food, whatever it is. Spend time with the family. Visit the places you love. I go to the temple every Sunday. People ask me, what did you do? I didn't do too many sins. But when He calls, there is no tomorrow. Many of us have got all kinds of crystal goblets and etc. Use them. Don't keep it for only one special occasion. That special occasion may never come. Do not save your best perfume. Use it every day. And take out your vocabulary, these phrases like, one of these days I will do it, or someday I am going to do it. Do not wait. And let's tell the family and friends how much we love them. That is why don't delay anything. Add laughter, enjoy the life. Every hour and everything matters. I leave you with one thing though. Suppose I'm going to give you, every one of you, $86,400 every day. 86,400. Now, you have to spend it at the end of the day. If you don't spend it, you will get next day also, it will come. And the next day also, and the next day, and the next day. But it could stop suddenly. 86,400. What is he talking about? What is this 86,400? Can you guess? 86,400 seconds in a day is 1,440 minutes per day. And this is not going to come back. The past minute is gone. And therefore, please use the time and to the best advantage possible. And that is what it's all about. And when I give the talks on some spiritual conclave, people ask me, where do you think God is? And I have to know that 𝓕𝓾𝓸𝓷 would say, 𝓕𝓾𝓵 has to be argued with 𝓕𝓾𝓵. Okay. Some people love 𝓕𝓾𝓵, that is, convoluted thinking has to be answered in that way also when it comes to when people ask. Coming back to this one, just enjoy life because the day will never come back. Nothing is back.
Thank you, Dr. 𝓕𝓾𝓸𝓷, for your wonderful words of wisdom. Very terse but apt. Honoring our chief guest of the day, Sri 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝓁 is, as I've just earlier mentioned, from our Indian Consulate Office. He's a consul for public diplomacy, IFS cadre. I would request our Pujya Guruji, Sri 𝓕𝓾𝓸𝓷 and Padma Garu, to honor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝓁, our chief guest of the day, on the illustrious occasion of giving 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝓁 Smt Sri Award. Thank you, sir. Thank you for gracing the occasion and being with us this afternoon. Sri 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝓁, Indian Foreign Service, cadre, presenting the Indian Consulate Office in New York. He's being presented to the shawl, the bouquet, and the Bharatheeyatha Lincoln from Pujya Guruji 𝓕𝓾𝓸𝓷 with the blessing of 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝓁 Garu. I would request our chief guest, 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝓁, to kindly come and honor and grace and give the address, chief guest address to the gathering. Please, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would express heartfelt gratitude to the Satsankalpa Foundation for extending this invitation. It is an honor and a privilege to be present at this event. And it was again an honor and a privilege to witness such dignitaries who have spent a life of service and excellence spread across over so many decades. What Sri Rajan-Kumar or Dr. 𝓕𝓾𝓸𝓷 or Sri 𝓕𝓾𝓸 have done in their life is a matter of inspiration for us all. We should learn from them and learn from their life full of excellence. And it is Also a matter of great satisfaction to see that an organization, an institution which is just 1 year old, has been able to organize such a beautiful event spread over a whole day. This would not have been possible without the help and support of such a vibrant community. And I have been seeing this since I came to New York a couple of years ago, that wherever I go for our community events, they are always full of so much vibrance, so much of positivity. When I came here, I was told that part of my job is to strengthen the bonds between our culture, our traditions, our civilization, and our diaspora who lives here in the United States. So it was told to me as if I will go out, meet the people of the community and strengthen their bonds with their culture. But when I go to events like today's, I end up strengthening my own understanding of my culture. So this is the strength of the Indian community that is here in the United States. And not just in this country, but all over the world, our diaspora is known for their excellence, their talent, and the value that they bring to the country that they live in, and also to India. When it comes to celebrating Indianness, or as the name of today's event is, Bharatheeyatha, so we should remember that our nation, our culture is extremely ancient. We contain within our lives, within our traditions, so much that should be celebrated, so much that should be, I would say, preserved. And it is indeed heartening to see and to know that community organizations like Satsankalpa Foundation, they always take the children together. They try to pass on what is good in our culture, what is beautiful in our culture. So for that, I would like to congratulate you all. There are a couple of things that I would like to remind to all of you. Again, when we talk about Bharatheeyatha or Indianness and our ancient wisdom, that this month of June is the month of the International Day of Yoga, which we celebrate every year. And this year as well, we are going to celebrate it. And this year, this occasion is even more special because our Honorable Prime Minister is going to be in New York on that day. So I would encourage everyone to follow the celebrations of International Day of Yoga and also try to organize small or big, whatever you can, celebrations or events structured around the International Day of Yoga. Apart from that, I would like to remind you that this year of 2023 is being celebrated as International Year of Millets. In every part of our country, there is some form of millet that is used traditionally, but over the years, gradually we kind of forgot about it. So this year is being celebrated to remind us about the importance of this simple grain. And Dr. Sahu would agree with me that millets are extremely good for overall health. It helps if you're a diabetic. It helps if you have high blood pressure. In so many different conditions, it is extremely helpful. The reason that I'm saying this, because millets are very closely connected to our culture, to our civilization. And at the initiative of Government of India, this International Year of Millets was declared by the United Nations. So we should all try to incorporate as much as possible millets into our diets. And it is even more important because we are facing climate change, and millets, as we all know, they are extremely hardy crops. They take very little water, and they are very nutritious. So we should adopt them in our lives. That is also, in a way, respecting Indianness of Bharatheeyatha. So I won't take any longer, but let me thank the organizers again and congratulate them on this wonderfully organized. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vipulji, for a wonderful message. And yes, definitely, millets are very good for health. And we look forward to Modi's coming here, and we all like to participate on the Yoga Day on, I believe, on June 17th, it's being celebrated at certain places. Thank you. And we request 𝓕𝓼𝓲 to launch the research app. It's an extension to what 𝓕𝓼𝓲 𝓚 has spoken in the morning about the organization and the objective that we have on the research area. So it's we are actually compiling the list of the scriptures, ancient scriptures in American libraries, and also about the artifacts in the museums. To collect all these things, we have a research app which will be very useful for everyone, and our technical team has developed it, and we would request 𝓕𝓼𝓲 to launch that app now.
This is the first step from the research app standpoint that we are going to launch today. It will be on the Satsankalpa website. We will share the link. So this is a self-explanatory web app, which means that you can navigate yourself. It has a simple menu structure and a search function, and it brings data from about 3 libraries and 3 museums on the seers, saints, eminent contributors, and the artifacts that are there in the American museums of art. Thank you.
We inaugurating our mobile app, Satsankalpa Foundation, research module. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, please. I encourage each one of you to take a closer look at the activities that the organization is indulged in and all the wonderful work that's going on both in US and around the world. Thank you so much.